and it's time for another basic beer review. And today we've got a beer which is available in Home Bargains, and it is a Polish beer. I'll show you what it is first of all. It is the Debowe Mocne. Now, Mocnes tend to be strong Polish lagers, and I know that they are very hit and miss when it comes to how good they are. This one, it was in Home Bargains. It was 4 cans for £5, so I think it was about £5, or it might be about £5.50. 7% ABV. You're not expecting much really at that kind of price, that kind of ABV. But I'm gonna approach it with an open mind. I know there have been reviewers who've reviewed this to varying things. Some people think that it's absolutely disgusting. Some people think it's not disgusting. So let's see what I think of it, because I'll be nice and unbiased about it. It's the Debowe Mocne, and just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's rubbish. So anyway, so let's have a look. It's all in Polish and stuff, so I'm assuming it's imported from Poland. I can't read that, but I can't see anything there. Yeah, imported by, so imported by, I think it says it's imported by Asahi actually. Yeah, I can't read that. It does look like a Asahi UK Limited, yeah. Yeah, so it looks like it's been, yeah, Asahi House. So it's been imported by Asahi, brewed in Poland, 7% ABV, Debowe Mocne. Let's open it up. Let's have a see what I think of it. So yeah, some of these strong beers, these strong lagers can be, you know, nothing short of paint stripper really. Sometimes they're absolutely disgusting. I'm going to see what I think of this one. And I know there are varied opinions on this one. So I'm going to go into it completely unbiased, because I don't really care to subscribe to either of those views, particularly. But I'll certainly subscribe to my own views. So, pouring, giving quite a thin head, as you'd expect with a higher ABV possibly. Well, let's have a see. It's kind of like an amber colour, I'd say. I'm using this glass just to, because it's a sipper really. I mean, if you're downing this, if you're expecting to down this like a lager, you're not going to enjoy it really, because it will be quite strong, and it probably make you feel a bit sick if you downed a pint of it. And certainly if you had several, it would really hit you. So I'm planning on not doing that. I'm planning on trying this one, and I'm planning on taking my time with it. So that head is dissipating quite quickly, I'd say. It's now just become kind of a wispiness on the top there. I think it looks a nice colour. It's a little bit hazy, but not too hazy. Let's get a little bit of smell on it. So I know you can get this at Polish supermarkets and stuff like that, but I was surprised to see it in Home Bargains in 4 packs, which is why I couldn't resist getting it. Let's see. Let's have a nose on it and see what it's like. So on the nose, I'm getting. It smells like a strong Polish lager. Smells like a really amped up version of what I remember the old Tyskie smelling like. So the old 5.6% Tyskie, but ramped up. It's a little bit syrupy. Quite a bit of malt in there. And yeah, you are smelling the alcohol on there as well. A little bit fruity. You get a little bit of cherry, I think, in there, which is strange for a lager, but again, it's a strong lager. But really, the tasting's where it's going to be at. As I say, I've not got particularly high expectations for this. It does taste like it might be a little bit rough, to put it mildly. But sorry, did I say smells like? It smells like it might taste a bit rough. There's a little bit of, I'd say a little bit of vanilla in there as well, actually, almost like a cherry bakewell. Maybe that's just my mind playing tricks, I don't know. There's a little bit more of a sniff of it. Yeah, there's nothing that's particularly making my eyes flicker there, or nothing making me think, well, I don't want to drink that. It smells okay. Let's go in for the old taste. Cheers. Okay, so it's quite cold. I wouldn't say it's massively flavourful. Maybe when it's warmed up a bit, it'll be giving more away. There's certainly nothing unpleasant about it. It's got a little bit of bitterness. It's quite sharp on the arrival. Not getting much on the finish. It's a little bit bready on the finish. I must admit, it doesn't taste dead alcoholic. So it doesn't taste like some of these really strong lagers do, where they just, all you can taste is alcohol and it just tastes really kind of rough and alcoholic. It doesn't really. It tastes like quite a strong lager. There's quite a strong bite to it when it first arrives, but not an unpleasant bite. It's quite refreshing as well, bizarrely enough. That's not bad, that. That is not bad. And it's not turning my stomach at all. Which sometimes these strong lagers, certainly with me, they tend to turn my stomach a bit, these strong lagers, when they're not very good. When they're just kind of like strong and not brewed very well, they tend to make me feel a little bit sick. Especially things like your Tenant Super and your whatever that other ones was that people keep doing. Is it Carling, whatever it's called, I can't remember. Special Brew, that's the other one. Special Brew and the Super Strength Kestrel. I don't think I've ever had that, but those kind of lagers, they really turn your stomach. They're not great at all. This one isn't. This one is quite bitter, quite dry. At the end of the day, for the price, I think it's pretty good. But I'll balance that by saying I can't think of, and it sounds weird, can't think of a reason why you'd want to drink this. If you want a nice refreshing lager for out in the garden, you either want something that's quite low, so you can have loads of them, so something like 4% or something like that, which not a huge amount of taste, but what do you care? You're out in the garden, it's red hot, it tastes good anyway. You either want that, or you want possibly something a little bit stronger, about 5.5%, which you can sip a bit more in the sun. It's got a lovely flavour to it. It's got something that you can really, something that you can really enjoy in the sun, and it makes it all taste a little better. This one, a little bit of apple in there now. A little bit of apple in the taste as well. This one is just, I don't know, you wouldn't sit in the garden down in this, or sit in the garden drinking this in that kind of way. It's not complex enough though to rival the likes of the Belgian, the Belgian sort of doubles and things like that, which are a similar strength. So again, it's, I understand there are lots of reasons why people might want to drink this, but for people who I don't really appreciate the beer, and really, have sort of different beers for different occasions, I can't actually think of an occasion when you would particularly want this over, say, something else which would be much better matched to that occasion. But all in all, it's not a bad beer. They've done quite a good job, I think, of brewing a stronger lager, doing a 7% lager. It's not stupid strength, but 7% is above what I would consider the Goldilocks zone of the lagers. I think anything that gets more than about 5.8% is moving away for me from that Goldilocks zone, which for me is between about 5 and 5.8%. Well, up to 4.8 and 5.8, I'd say, is the perfect, I think, strength for a lager. But no, I mean, the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm enjoying it. There is a little bit of fruitiness in there, a little bit of maltiness in there. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'd say if anything, it's a little bit lacking in flavour. It's not giving a lot away, really. It's yeah, I mean, it's reasonable. It's reasonable. It's fairly decent. It's for the price, it's a very cheap price. If you want to get drunk, then it's a very cheap way to get drunk, which I think is possibly the point. But But yeah, other than that, it's okay. It's okay. Would I get it again? Probably not. But it's certainly not dreadful, and it's certainly not disgusting. I don't think. So there you go. Debowe Mocne, not bad. Decent for the price. Would you want to buy it? Get some, try it, see what you think. It's not a lot to throw away if you don't like it. Anyway, until next time, have a good one.